I'm a little nervous. Good thing you came just in time.
What's wrong, Zany? You seem jittery. Oh, by the way, what did Evie finally decide on for Brimstone Village?
Her plan isn't that taxing at all. Hyla and I will be handling all the crafting, weapons, and materials. You know, the important stuff. Evie's handling the admin and paperwork, just temporarily. She said that the Empire is insisting she babysit us for a bit. But hey, if we don't blow anything up or start a rebellion, Brimstone gets to run itself again. I'll admit that she's darn good at her job. Runs things smoother than a greased gearbox. Never thought I'd say this, but she's making us dwarves rethink our stance on paper pushers. Anyway, Evie pretty much has handled all the disasters that Eldrick left behind. Then, she dashed off to sweet-talk the Empire's merchants into working with us again. That's the idea. The investor will hopefully fund the village's development and set up trade agreements to secure our future production. The investor Evie found is supposedly more suitable for Brimstone Village. He usually does venture capital investments and also has his own channels for buying and selling. Evie was supposed to join us today, but she had to zip back to the Imperial capital for some urgent business. Hyla's terrible with strangers, so I asked you to step in.
Honestly, neither the Magister nor I have much experience with investors, but... Yes, the only person we know with business experience is Rowan. And he focuses on trade, not investments. Zany, what's the name of this investor?
He's called Bailran. I heard he's a middle-aged man who's easy to talk to. He'll arrive around noon. Let's wait. I have some time left to memorize and practice my greetings. Are all Lightbearer investors so ostentatious? I mean, General Hogan and Evie came by ship, horse, or carriage like normal folks. What? A celestial investor? Did I stumble into a fairy tale?
Don't be so shocked, Zany. Although I am a bit surprised myself. Remember, they're investors first. Let's put on our friendly faces.
Apologies for my rudeness. I just didn't expect. Anyway, welcome. You must be Mr. No, wait. Lord Archon Bailran? Your Holiness? So, hey, what do people usually call Celestials? Evie never taught me this.
No, I should be the one apologizing. I'm Bailran, and you must be Miss Zany. Please, no need for pleasantries. You can just call me by my name. It's my fault for not planning properly. The ship I reserved was late, so I used my special way of traveling. I didn't mean to startle you all.
We couldn't find a nice carriage, or any pure white horses, and we didn't hire any attendants. So he simply used magic to get here. Typical Bailran, who enjoys the finer things in life. Might as well have flown over. Bailran does love to make a grand entrance.
Yes, these two are Elijah and Lila. They're not here for business. They're my friends.
Not really friends. More like acquaintances. More like former colleagues. In reality, I think he wanted to say lackeys or maybe pests. Isn't that right, Bailran? We didn't want to come either, especially with Merlin here. It's all Bailran's fault.
No, it really has little to do with you, my dear Merlin. I'm also aware of your amnesia.
So, Archon Bailran, Lila, and Elijah all know the Magister?
You don't need to use any titles for us. You're Hannah, right? A perfect little lady with a lot of magical power, I've heard.
Yes, I'm Hammy. Nice to meet you, Bailran.
Here comes Bailran's classic charm. He looks friendly enough, But I trust him about as far as I'd trust Diurnal in a room full of other people's spouses. Well, Baelrand abandoned his duty as a Celestial to walk in this mortal world as a merchant. Elijah and I are here to try and correct this prodigal son.
Everyone's a critic. Don't worry about these two. We've wasted enough time. Why don't we get to the point? What do you think, Miss Zany?
You can just call me Zany. So, Baelrand, which aspect of our operations are you interested in? Our ores and minerals, our assembly line, or design schematics? Yeah, I memorized all the lines Evie gave me. But in the end, I figured I'd just be myself. Whether it be Celestials or Grand Merchants, it's better to show them what we dwarves are really like. That way, it's easier for them to get used to it.
Yes, straightforward relationships are the best and most trustworthy. Give me plain talk over flattery any day. At least then you know where you stand. I'm glad we're on the same page. I've no doubt that our cooperation will go smoothly. What? This is how normal business negotiations go.
Perhaps your courtly manners and silver tongue could easily lead to misunderstandings.
Where should we start, Zany?
Evie must have introduced our situation to you. How about we check things off one by one? We've launched a new partnership model and a unique standard for selecting new ores. One of a kind in all of Asperia.
Yes, that's what intrigued me about this venture. How about we go see the mines? I've heard that the new alloys and metals you provide here require additional processing. I'm concerned about the production capacity of the raw materials.
Yes, please follow me. We've already optimized the routes for mining and transportation. Currently, about 2/3 of our raw ores are carried here. But in the future, we hope to reduce that amount.
Do you mean increasing the mining in the Salthoran area?
Yes. In this way, processing and forging can be carried out directly underground. We can also fully utilize Salthoran's unique technology. Because currently, everything is transported to the surface first, where we will conduct screening and rough processing, and then return everything back underground.
Yes, I understand the new metals and materials are still being tested and stabilized. Although this method is troublesome, it is indeed safer. I'm also looking forward to this new cooperation with Salthoran and what it can bring forth in the future. No need to worry. Salthoran is still being internally assessed and remains a state secret. Before coming here, both Evie and General Hogan informed me of their circumstances. I have my own sources as well, so I naturally heard about the city.
In that case, maybe I can make a few introductions. Ravion and Indris have expressed interest in gradually connecting with the outside world.
Private introductions before establishing official diplomatic relations. Bold! I love being bold! Please arrange our meeting at your earliest convenience. I look forward to meeting the leaders of Salthoran.
Leave it to me.
Chippy doesn't know what to say, but Baelrand doesn't really look like a Celestial.
Diurnal looked like the classic playboy type. He was indifferent to everything except parties and hypogeans. How can I describe Baelrand?
Chippy knows what you mean. It seems like Baelrand is interested in everything. He asked about the ore and metals, the processing, and even Salthoran.
His concern for these everyday affairs makes him different from the other Celestials.
Well, he gave up the prestige and honor of being a Celestial. After the Divine War, he retired. He gave up all his responsibilities as a Celestial and decided to enjoy a peaceful life. Because he gave up his Celestial past, he was able to focus on his ordinary life. This went on for a long time, and he gradually became a well-known investor in the Empire. For a Celestial to forget one's duties and care only for mortal affairs is the epitome of failure. And if he did not succeed at all in the mortal realm, then he'd be a failure times 2. We've been watching over Baelrand's retirement for a while without acting, but things have changed. The Hypogeans have returned. It's time for him to come out of retirement. We've been trying to remind him of this.
Well, maybe your reminders are a bit too beer loud. Wait, Magister, did you just hear that?
Chaos holds no place in my soul.
What gift shall we bestow?
I have prevailed.
That took a while. The earthquake must have spooked them, and they ran out here. Luckily, we were here to stop them. Is everyone okay?
No cracks in the walls or floor, and there was little debris. There was a lot of shaking, though. How are the miners inside?
Our miners are experienced and have been through earthquakes before, but that one was way too sudden.
Let's go inside and take a look then. If someone needs help, I can lend a hand.
I can't possibly ask you to help. You're here on business.
We're wasting time. Didn't you say you wanted our cooperation to be more straightforward? When there's a disaster, every hand is needed. Let's go.
Thank you.
That earthquake came too fast. Oh, my knee.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. As soon as the earthquake hit, I dropped to the floor. It's just that I didn't stabilize myself and ended up hitting my knee. That doesn't make sense. There was no warning. Strange. Before an earthquake hits, there's usually a cracking sound that can be heard in the tunnels. But this earthquake came out of nowhere. Bam! It doesn't seem like a normal one. If it were normal, I wouldn't have gotten hurt. Ugh. I didn't hurt my kneecap or any bones. It's just a big scrape. Whoa! Was that magic? It doesn't hurt at all now. Thank you so much. I still need to rest for a bit though. My legs feel weak.
Don't stay too long. There may be aftershocks. Is there anyone else nearby?
Yeah, there are some other dwarves down here. I saw someone lose their balance and fall down. I think some rocks landed on someone. I heard some screaming over there, but the majority of us were able to escape. Don't worry, the Overseer will arrange a rescue team later. We're dwarves. We know what to do in our minds.
All right. Have your Overseer report any issues to me. I can allocate more manpower.
Why does it hurt so much? And why am I dizzy?
You passed out. How are you feeling now?
Oh, yeah. During the earthquake, I think a bunch of rocks came down on me. I wasn't wearing my helmet, and one hit me right on the head. I passed out after that. I've been working in these mines for years without a helmet. Who knew an earthquake would hit out of nowhere? And this reminds me, before the earthquake hit, I heard a rumbling sound. I don't know if it was real, or if I've just been in this cave so long I'm starting to hear things. Oh, I'm still woozy.
Yeah, sit down for a bit. The walls here are stable. There shouldn't be any more loose rocks about. You should leave and head for safety as soon as you recover a bit. If you can't leave on your own, the rescue team will come and haul you out of here. Also, remember to protect your head next time. You've only got one.
Got it. I'll definitely wear my helmet next time.
Fortunately, there were a few minor injuries. Most people were just startled. And the mine didn't collapse, only some loose rocks came down. Still, we'll call a temporary stop to work, just in case.
Yes, losing 1 or 2 days isn't going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Safety always comes first.
But the quaking was severe just now. And that dwarf said he heard a strange rumbling noise. Yes, if the tremors here were so strong, South Thorin may be even more affected. I have to go down and notify everyone in the South Thorin mines to stop work as well.
I'll come with you. I want to check out the underground mines with my own eyes. If anything's wrong, I'll help however I can. It doesn't always have to be money in business, Merlin. Besides, Celestials don't actually need money and gold in their everyday lives. If you go back to the Empire and ask, you'll find out that Baelran the Philanthropist is more famous than Baelran the Investor.
More like Baelran the Gullible Squanderer. In fact, his daily life is wasteful and extravagant. He just earns more than he uses. But his random kindness does not make up for the fact that he's always on the losing end. Well, he knows this, but does it anyway. Yeah, so there's no point in trying to save him money. If you need gold, just ask him. At least using his fortune to help others is something a Celestial would do.
I could do without the commentary. However, as you said, I am willing to provide financial support for what happened here. So no matter what happens, don't hesitate to ask me for help. All right, Zany? I can provide you with anything you need.
Thank you. Let's hurry below. We'll check the tunnels and then head to South Thorin.
You startled me! How bad is it outside?
There are no big issues, but we've temporarily stopped work for safety. You guys should pack it up as well.
Stopping work just because of a few shakes? Come on! We've all been through worse.
We can't be careless. We respect the mine, and it'll take care of us. If an accident happens, it'll be on our heads. So, move it.
All right. Stop making a big deal out of it. It's been rumbling for 2 days now. Something was bound to happen. That girl just said the same thing. You're all making a mountain out of a molehill. You know, a good mine is always monitored. You people get worried too easily.
I have to talk to Hyla about this later. All the miners need to be retrained.
Oh, right. You guys were outside. Yeah, I've been hearing big rumbling sounds down here. Sometimes it's a loud pop. Then I heard a loud noise, then shaking, and she ran off. Said it was nothing and told me not to worry. She was as lively as they come. I've seen plenty of pointy-eared girls these days, but few of them were as friendly as her.
Was that girl from South Thorin?
Well, she ran up from below and then rushed back down. I'm guessing she must be.
What do you two think?
We just observe. We do not judge. You already have an answer, Baelran. You ask us because you don't want to accept it. There are better people to ask than us. The all-knowing Merlin, for one. No matter what you want to hear, true or false. As long as you ask Merlin, he will tell you.
All right, I won't ask. But don't you think that girl is suspicious? With those rumbling sounds, this whole thing feels off, like something bad is coming. Let's catch up and look around.
Oh no. Wait, no, this is perfect. Thank goodness you're here, Zany.
A pointy-eared girl showed up at the mine below and started bombing everything.
What? She's trying to sabotage our mines?
Not really. She was fine at first, all chatty and nice. Then, she just started throwing bombs out of nowhere. All those booms and rumbles? That was her.
A girl who throws bombs. What did she look like? What kind of bombs did she use? Did you two get into an argument or something?
We're not sure either. She's about your height.
She looks like those tall, pointy-eared folk. I don't remember how her nose was. Maybe normal, maybe not.
We weren't fighting. Someone said something, then she got mad.
Her bombs were round and black, I guess. Oh, she was talking to one of her bombs. Strange.
Most dwarves don't really tell tall folk apart, so we don't pay that much attention to them.
Okay. Based on what we've heard, she's a young girl who throws bombs when upset, and can even talk to them. This may be more serious than I expected. We need to hurry below.
All right, you two. Come with me, and tell everyone to stop working down there. Oh, didn't you see her when you came up just now? She left from this side.
No, but I heard a loud boom.
If she's that skilled with bombs, maybe she blasted a new tunnel.
She uses bombs randomly underground and even opens her own tunnels. Do you know her, Baelran?
It's hard to say. I hope it's not who I think it is. Let's hurry, before she causes more damage.
This is as far as you go.
What are you guys doing? That hurt, you know. Popping out of nowhere and starting a fight isn't polite, right, Boom Boom?
That's right! Who dares to stand in Lady Kulu's way? Who? How dare you sully Lady Kulu's name with your peasant lips? Wait, are you a mage? My lady, it's a mage! What's a mage doing in these backwater boonies?
So what if there's a mage? Grow a spine, Boom Boom. I'm the great and mighty Kulu, and you're my underling. Nothing is going to happen to you. Hey, since you know our names already, it's rude not to tell us yours. What kind of name is that? You sound like someone's grandpa.
You little gremlin! How dare you speak to the Magister that way?
Are you a familiar as well? You look cute, but a little outdated.
What did you say?
Outdated, out of fashion, old. I mean, come on. Who still uses cute little familiars nowadays? You think having cute familiars makes you young and cute? That's so last century. Right, Boom Boom?
That's right! Using bombs as familiars is definitely more fashionable nowadays. But let's leave, my lady. We don't have time to spare for these unfashionable losers.
I don't care who you are or what your name is. Why are you setting off explosions around here?
Who invited you to this party, old man? Look at this dumb geezer. He's dressed worse than the mage.
How I dress is irrelevant.
Of course it's relevant. Don't you know that if you spend too much time with bumpkins, you become a bumpkin yourself?
My lady? I think he's a celestial. Oh, there's more than one here.
So what if he's a celestial? A bumpkin is a bumpkin no matter how much money you spend on clothes. Ugh, my eyes hurt from looking at them.
Answer me! The explosions! Also, my outfit is fine.
A celestial, a mage, a Hypogean, and a few familiars. Sounds like the beginning of a joke. I can't believe they're arguing about outfits. I'm surprised they're all getting on so well. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm surprised as well.
Leave it to Elijah and Lila to get straight to the point at a time like this.
Although their banter is as sharp as ever. Wait a minute. You just said a celestial, a mage, Hypogean, and a few familiars.
Are you saying she's a Hypogean? Do I not look like a Hypogean? Really? I even bought the latest fashions and redid my hair.
Wait, don't Hypogeans usually use magic to conjure up their clothes?
Yes, this is common knowledge. Even Chippy knows that, and he can barely read. Also, Hypogeans don't really have an image to uphold. Burial was always shape-shifting. The only reason he stuck with that clown appearance was because he believed that it fit his twisted sense of humor. As for that red Hypogean, he's even better at making people see what they want to see. His illusions felt like reality. Only Celestials and the Magister could see through his tricks.
Oh, Chippy knows what's going on. You don't have the magic to change your appearance, do you?
What did you say? I just like the latest fashions, all right?
Is this some sort of rebellious teenage behavior among Hypogeans? Using money on clothing is kind of wasteful. Or is it because you don't have enough power to conjure up clothing or illusions?
Shut up! You're a bunch of jerks! How dare you speak to me like this? Boom Boom, let's teach them a lesson!
Oh, Lady Kulu is about to blow a gasket. Okay, time for me to show my stuff!
Regardless of the explosion's size, its destructive power remains quite limited, and the level of magical corruption is almost absurd.
What? Stop using such big words!
Forcing yourself to become a villain and trying to trigger a boss battle that you can't win is a waste of everyone's time.
What does that mean? Are you treating this like a scripted play? Why are you calling this a boss battle?
You need anger to set off your bombs, huh? But even your anger is unstable. She seems all over the place and weaker than Baelran, but her strength is incomparable.
Why do you two always have to involve me? Young lady, your bombs may not be powerful and didn't cause a lot of damage, but your behavior is reckless and dangerous. There's no point in us fighting. Why don't we sit down, calm down, and have a good talk? Tell us, why have you been behaving this way?
I can't take this anymore! Why are you talking to me like that? I am a powerful Hypogean! I am the ultimate darkness, the queen of explosions! How
dare you talk to me like I'm a child? It's time to show you what I can do. Boom boom, get them!
Yes, Lady Kulu!
Another explosion. Are you guys all right?
We're fine. It was that little girl that's been causing all the trouble.
Oh, so you've met Kulu, huh? She's become well known among our crew these past 2 days. Everyone likes her.
They like her?
Yeah, most of the pointy-eared tall folk are too uppity. They think their farts don't stink. But Kulu? She's honest, sharp, and actually asks questions when she doesn't get something. People warmed up to her fast.
She is certainly sharp.
Come to think of it, when everyone was arguing with Kulu just now, Zany didn't say anything.
Kids that age are headaches. They're loud and rebellious. They never listen to anything you say and think they're the best in the world.
But you look the same age as her.
Yeah, and don't you know why I look like this? When I was her age, I was messing around and accidentally drank some dragon egg essence. Now I'll look like this forever. But you guys were getting along just fine. So why'd she go wild with the bombs?
Well, she told us she was good with explosions. Showed us even. She really was amazing at it. We asked her to help blow open some blocked tunnels, but when we tried blasting a new one, things went wrong. As a result, half of the mountain fell off, and work had to be stopped. Several dwarves were injured.
That sounds like an accident. She didn't mean for it to happen.
Yeah, we know. Everyone tried to reassure her, but then she snapped. She started saying things like, "I'm very evil, and I did it on purpose," and started dropping bombs everywhere.
It's hard to explain. She's acting out, yeah, but she doesn't feel truly evil.
Yeah, we know that. Compared to us, she's just a baby. Her bombs aren't that scary anyway. Next to those dainty, pointy-eared maidens who gasp at a single curse, a little fire in her feels downright refreshing. Deep down, she's got a good heart. Anyway, there was some rubble and this fella hurt his leg. We need to rest here a bit before we can move on.
Once you're all healed up, evacuate the area. It's still dangerous here.